So Elon Musk just dropped what he's calling a profoundly important announcement, and it's about the most epic chip-building exercise in history. Let's break down what this project is all about, because it's designed to take things to a level that, honestly, most people aren't even thinking about right now.
Yeah, that quote, it pretty much says everything you need to know. This isn't about some small, incremental step forward. This is a vision to completely reshape our future, and it all starts by changing the scale of what we believe is even possible.
So, where does a radical vision like this even come from? Well, it starts with a dream that's been a part of our culture for, decades now.
The big dream, the ultimate goal here, is to make all that sci-fi stuff we grew up with, the books from authors like Asimov, the shows like Star Trek. It's about making that real. The idea is to build an exciting future where humanity is actually out there among the stars, not just stuck on one rock forever. But to really grasp how huge this ambition is, you need a way to measure it, right? So back in the 60s, a physicist named Nikolai Kardashev came up with this scale. A Type 1 civilization can use all the energy on its home planet. A Type 2, the whole star. And a Type 3, well, then you're talking about a full-on galactic-scale civilization. And this is what's so wild. This is where we are right now. On that scale, humanity isn't even at Type 1 yet. Not even close. We're still using just a tiny, tiny fraction of the solar energy that actually hits our planet. We have a long, long way to go. Which brings us to the biggest roadblock, the fundamental problem. If you want to become a galactic civilization, you need a galactic amount of power. And that's a problem we just can't solve from down here. This quote from Carl Sagan, which Elon himself brought up, just nails it. We get so wrapped up in our day-to-day lives down here that it's easy to forget how incredibly small we are in the grand scheme of things. Just look at this. It really puts things in perspective. The sun. It makes up 99.8% of all the mass in our solar system. And Earth? We're just a tiny little piece of that leftover miscellaneous stuff. So what does that mean? It means our planet only gets about 0.5 billionth of the sun's total energy output. So here's the bottom line. If you want to scale up civilization by, orders of magnitude, you have to go where the power is. Trying to do it all from down here on this tiny dust mote is just super inefficient. The real potential, the real game, is out there, harnessing that solar energy directly in space. And this is where the big announcement comes in. If you need insane amounts of power and compute, and space is where you have to go to get it, well, you're going to need a pretty special kind of tool to make it all happen. Say hello to the Terafab. Its mission? To build a factory that can churn out a terawatt of AI compute every single year. This is being framed as the one key missing piece of the puzzle to finally unlock that multi-planetary future. Now, a job this big, no way one company can do it alone. This is going to take a massive team effort. You've got SpaceX for the rockets, Tesla for the world-class manufacturing and robotics, and xAI bringing the brains for the artificial intelligence, all of them focused on this one single goal. All right, so what exactly is this Terafab, and what makes it so different from any other factories we've ever built? It really comes down to its unbelievable scale. Okay, this chart right here is kind of mind-blowing. It shows you the scale of the supply problem. If you take every single advanced chip factory on the entire planet, all the big players, and add up everything they make, all of that is only about 2% of what this one project needs. And just to be super clear, this isn't about replacing partners. The message is they will buy every single chip that existing suppliers can possibly make. The problem is, even if those companies expand as fast as they can, it's not even close to being enough. So the choice becomes really simple. You either build the Terafab yourself, or the chips you need just won't exist. So here's the real game changer, this secret sauce. The Terafab is designed to have the entire chip-making process under one roof, from the initial design to making the lithography masks to producing the wafer and then packaging and testing it all in one building. What that does is create this unbelievably fast feedback loop for innovation. We're talking something like an order of magnitude faster than anywhere else in the world. So what's this factory actually going to make? Well, it boils down to two main types of chips. First, you've got your edge inference chips. Think of these as the ones going into millions and millions of Optimus robots and cars. Then you have a completely different beast, a high-powered chip that's space-optimized. It's built to survive the brutal environment of space, where you're constantly getting bombarded with radiation and high-energy particles. Okay, so we've got the factory, we've got the chips. How does all this hardware actually get us to that huge vision of becoming a galactic civilization?
Well, let's just compare the two options, right? Down here on Earth, our power is intermittent. Night happens. And as you try to scale up, it gets more expensive and you start running out of land. But in space, it's literally always sunny. You get something like 5 times more solar power. And here's the kicker. As launch costs drop like a rock thanks to rockets like Starship, it actually gets cheaper and easier to scale up in space over time. It becomes a total no-brainer. And this is basically the roadmap to get there. Right now, it's the terafab, which gets us to a terawatt of compute. But what's next? Well, the next question is, how do you get to a petawatt? That's 1,000 times more. And the answer, believe it or not, is a moon base with a giant electromagnetic mass driver just launching raw materials into deep space. You can't even dream of designing or running something that complex without the insane AI horsepower the terafab is built to create. That's the key that unlocks the door to real galactic expansion. And the end game, the final destination on this whole path, is a future of post-scarcity. We're talking about an age of amazing abundance, driven by AI and robotics, where the economy is 1,000,000 times bigger than Earth's is today. A future where if you can imagine something you want, literally anything, like a trip to go see the rings of Saturn, you can have it.
So that's the blueprint. It all starts with a single factory, but its sights are set squarely on the stars. And it really makes you wonder, are we looking at the foundation for a future beyond our wildest dreams? Or is this just flat out the most audacious undertaking we've ever attempted? And you know what? The answer is probably